We're gonna make chocolate covered strawberries today. So let's get started and then I'll yap about other things while we're going. Okay, so welcome to my kitchen. This is the new house. If you have not cooked with me here, I live in Carmel Valley, California, and we're gonna make chocolate covered strawberries today. So let's do it. The thing to know about chocolate covered strawberries is that you can do them two ways, or chocolate covered anything. You can do it two ways. You can melt your chocolate, dip whatever you want to dip in the chocolate, put it down on a plate and it will harden to some extent if you just do it that way. Melt it, dip it, put it on the plate. It will not, if you do it that way, it will not get that you know, perfect. What's like a perfect chocolate covered strawberry that everyone knows about? Is it like Harry and David? Like what's like a national perfect chocolate covered strawberry? Anybody tell me in the comments. Cause I was like trying to think of like, what is that like perfect, like shattering chocolate shell that you like bite into and it like kind of cracks? That you can only achieve if you temper your chocolate. So that's what we're gonna do today. Yeah, the crunch is huge. Godiva. Godiva is a great example. Like perfect chocolate covered strawberries. Um, that you can only achieve by doing something called tempering your chocolate. And it is like a chemical reaction thing that happens when you raise the temperature of your chocolate, lower it back down. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to temper chocolate. But I want you to know that if you were ever feeling like I want to dip something in chocolate right now, you can always just do what I'm about to show you, the first step, and then dip your strawberries in, and they'll be great, but they will not have the crunch. Sherry's berries. Thank you. Okay, so I live in like the agricultural center of America. It's called the country, like America's Salad Bowl. Salinas Valley grows like 70% of the country's produce. I hope I'm not making that up, but it's something like that. And Sherry's berries. One of my friends sells strawberries. Like all of my friends in this area are ag people. And one of my friends sells strawberries. And this is like his busiest time of year because he is the seller for Sherry's berries. And they're like a big national strawberry company. Okay. And last year, all the strawberries were bad. It was, he had a very stressful Valentine's Day. Okay. So what I'm doing, so we can start, because otherwise I could just yap, yap, yap all day long, is the first step of making chocolate covered strawberries or tempering chocolate is finding a bowl and a pot in your home that fit together in some capacity. So a recipe that is not setting you up for success will just say, get a double boiler. And you're like, what the hell is a double boiler? I am just a girl living my life. What's a double boiler? Because not most of us own a specific double boiler. Colette, we'll get to the strawberries, washing them. Not most of us own a proper double boiler. My mom, I think about my mom when I start speaking Southern accent. My mom owned one, and it's like a pot that has a perfect thing that fits right into it, but most of us don't have that. So you just need to go through your cabinet and find a pot and a bowl that fit perfectly. So I'm going to show you an example of a bad fit. So this is a 2-quart bowl. I love this bowl set. It's from Williams Sonoma. They're like 3 stackable bowls, a 4-quart, a 2-quart, and I think a 6-quart. So this is just a big all-clad pot. And I'm going to put this in, and it fits too low. See how it almost is like a lid? It's fitting too far down into there. So the bottom of my bowl is touching the water. Okay. We don't want that. We want several inches of space between the water and the bottom of the bowl. Okay. So grab your next pot size down or your next bowl size up, and ta-da, we have a perfect fit. So while this water is coming to a boil, I just have several inches of water on high heat over here. We're going to wash our strawberries. Colette says, should our strawberries already be washed? And I'm going to do that with you because this is there's tempering is a little fussy, but it's like so easy if you just follow the instructions. And like my whole brand, What to Cook We Don't Feel Like Cooking, is all about like following zero instructions and like changing all the ingredients around based on what you have. And so this is the antithesis to my brand. Okay. This is the one time we're going to follow the rules. Okay. So grab a strainer. Where is my strainer? That would have been a good thing to grab before the class started. But I did. my gosh, guys, we're going straight on this. I'm gonna put them in this bowl. All right, so you are gonna need to wash your strawberries. You're gonna need to wash them really well, and then you're gonna put them on a dish towel. And also, you guys, Kalu Henry just joined the chat. Kalu, her next book comes out really soon. Kalu, will you tell us about it? I wish I could like invite you. Remember on Instagram Live, you could like invite people so easily. I wish I could invite you, but Kalu, tell us in the comments about your new book while I'm washing strawberries. All right, so I'm gonna give these a little bath. And if I have it down here, I would use a little veggie wash, but I'm pretty sure I'm out. So if I had veg wash, I would put a tiny drop in here and give these a little bath, but I don't, and that's fine. Now we're gonna bring them over here. And Chloe is hopefully telling us about her book. Chloe, put the link. Chloe Henry is a fabulous recipe developer. She's a Substacker here. Her, and she has a really fabulous book called Back Pocket Pasta. Oh, Chloe, am I messing that up? Back Pocket? I think that's right. And her this book is coming out soon. Thank you. People said your kitchen looks so pretty. I really love this kitchen. I focus so much, developing recipes, and for my family that having a little more space just feels really good. We came from like a 1,500 square foot house with 4 children. And when I walked into this house, the kitchen was only over here. Like it stopped right here. And then over here was just like a sitting area, kind of. And I was like, "Ah, I need to wrap that around." I did this, the renovation of this house really fast. I was pregnant. I wanted to get in here quickly. We didn't like have the money to be renting a place while we renovated this place. So it needed to be really fast. And I did IKEA kitchen cabinets, and I'm writing a whole post about that and like what that process was like because I absolutely love them. And I did so many cabinets. And if you've ever done kitchen cabinets for a home, you know how expensive they are. With good reason. Like custom cabinet makers do beautiful work, dovetailed wood, all the great things. But that wasn't in the budget for this right now. And I did IKEA kitchen cabinets. They came in like a week. I had the IKEA team install them so they knew exactly what they're doing. Absolutely loved it. Dee Dee, that's brilliant. Dee Dee says, I've started using a spinner to dry the fruit before laying it on a dish towel. Works great. Brilliant. What's this door? Spooky coming in? All right, so while I'm yapping, I'm getting these strawberries incredibly, incredibly perfectly dry because if you have a drop of water on your strawberry and you dip it into your chocolate, it will make the chocolate seize. So this is one of those, I'm telling you, tempering chocolate. Not hard, but like very specific rules that you have to follow. So really, really like don't mess around with this. Get these puppies completely dry. Just like this is a great, like if you want to do this with kids, it's really, really fun. Molly and I, my what to cook editor who's here, we couldn't decide whether to do this class today or do it tomorrow. And I thought it'd be fun to do it today and like you guys can watch and learn. And I mean, I know some of you are actually doing it with me and watch and learn. And this is a really fun thing to do with kids. It's like low stakes, immediate reward. Like if you've ever baked a cake with kids, you like do all the things and then it goes into the oven for an hour and they're like, oh, so this is, immediate gratification. AE says, I need to renovate our rental and was looking at IKEA. I'm telling you, use the IKEA installers. I'm going to do a whole post about this because it's like my number one asked question. Like people see this kitchen and they're like, that's the IKEA kitchen? Like you must have switched to custom, but it's the IKEA kitchen. I love it. And it's worked out really well. All right, that is boiling. So we've got one more step to do over here. Shannon. Hi, Shannon and Shannon's child. How are you guys today? I'm so happy that you're cooking this thing. I wish my 5-year-old was here cooking with us because he loves to cook. All right, chocolate. Chocolate chips are your least least best option. You can use them, but a lot of chocolate chips, we talk about this all the time on the newsletter. Pre-shredded cheese often has a coating on the outside that makes it not stick together in the bag. And so then it doesn't melt as well because it has this like potato flour or starch or like powdery coating on the outside. Same with chocolate chips. They are in a bag. They're being shipped all over the country, all over the world. They're in your kitchen. They have like a special coating to make them not melt and stick together. So using chocolate bars are a lot better thing to do. I've been told, somebody just commented, I've been told to add a little oil to the chocolate or do this or that. Yeah, I don't add oil. No oil for me, just really high quality chocolate. This is Guittard. Am I saying that right? I'm not going to try again. But it's a San Francisco brand. And these are 2-ounce bars. So you can do however much you want. I'm going to do the whole thing because I have my brother and his sister. My brother and his sister. That was edible. Or, that was Freudian. My brother and his girlfriend arrive in a couple of hours. So I'm then for Valentine's too. Plus, my 3 kids will eat a ton of these. So I'm going to do 6 ounces of chocolate. Do whatever you want. Do however much you want, and this recipe will work. I recommend 4 at the least. I'm used 6, but you're going to just reserve, and I'll show you some a little bit. You're just going to reserve a bit of it to stir in later. But stay tuned. I'll teach you all about that. Okay. We've got, I'm going to use this, my little Epicurean cutting board. I love these when I use this huge Boost block all the time. It lives here all the time. I got like the matching stain to my counter so it really can blend in. But when I want to like transport things over the stove, I like these little pops. All right, ignite. I'm going to use a Nikiri. It's a Shun Nikiri. And we're going to chop this out. So leave this joining. It's much better to use chocolate bars than chocolate chips because they will melt a lot better. We'll just chop those up pretty fine. The more finely chop them, the more finely, or the faster they'll melt. And I'm going to warn you, we're going to be yapping in about 5 minutes for a while because the tempering process takes a moment. So please prepare for the questions for me so that I'm not used to talking for myself. But don't worry, I can do that too. I started this class by talking about my Zoom cooking class days. And I had like really quite the business of teaching Zoom cooking classes during the pandemic. And I would do them like for groups of friends, for bridal showers, like take yourself back to quarantine. Nobody had seen each other. So when I started doing these, it really took off because it was a way for people to get together. So they were on Zoom, which I actually kind of prefer. And I think I might switch my classes. Amy Strickland, Amy was in all of them. I might bring them back to Zoom for What to Cook Insiders, which is the new subscription tier we just launched. I might bring them back to Zoom because what was so fun about it is I got to like actually see Amy's face and Judy's face and all these people who are in the comment section saying that they were there for those. It was so fun because I'd be like, Amy, show me your chocolate. And I'd be like, no, that's not ready yet. And she'd be like, yeah, oh, what did I do wrong? And we could like actually chat as a class. It was so fun. It was like chaotic, but fun. Oh, Divya was there too. It was so fun. Divya, I think that is what I want these classes to become. The classes that I do for insiders. I think that's more how I want to do it. I want to do it on Substack Live because it makes it easier. But Marlene, my cousin, she was in all of them. I want to do it just on Substack Live because all I do is press a button and I don't have to like, do you know how expensive Zoom is? It is so expensive to have an account that would fit. How many of us are here? 10,000 people. Like it's really expensive. So I mean, I can muster it, but I don't know. I guess it makes me mad. I feel like everything on the internet is free now. So I was like, why don't you pay so much money? Like thousands and thousands. But I think it's worth it. It was really fun. Katie's here. Beach Reads and Bubbly. Katie, tell us your number one recommendation for a romantic book to read this weekend that will make us feel like romantics. Katie has a fabulous book Substack, book reviews. She does a lot of romance, but also a lot of smart people books. Not that romance readers aren't smart. I'm a romance reader. I'm a smart girl. Katie, yeah, we're putting you on the spot. Okay, so hi, Mama. Okay, so this is a 4-quart bowl. It's going right on top. I'm going to reduce my heat a little bit so that it doesn't pop off, and because I do not want any steam to come around the edges and get in here. Mom, I was just talking about you, and I was saying that nobody actually owns a double boiler, so you just have to like hack it together. But you own a double boiler. I think yours was like an old all-clad, and it perfectly nestled into there. And you used it like a lot. I don't know what we were always double boiling, because I don't remember ever doing like chocolate covered things, but I feel like we used your double boiler all the time. You made pudding a lot when we were growing up. Did you make pudding in your double boiler? All right. Oh gosh, you know what I just did because I was yapping? If you're cooking with me, take some of this chocolate out, okay? Make sure your bowl is completely dry. Make sure whatever you do this into is completely dry. Grab about whatever hasn't melted, grab some chocolate off the top. It doesn't matter the exact amount, but whatever has not melted, grab some chocolate, okay? Like about a third if you can. Sorry, yapping too much. Custards. My mom was always making custards. Did Katie respond with her romance rec for us? All right, grab a plastic, like a silicone spatula, not a wooden one, because it'll all stick and you'll lose a lot of chocolate. I love my No Kid Hungry spatulas from Williams Sonoma. These are the best spatula. And give this a stir. And turn that heat down. If anything's ever melting too fast, or you're, like, it's getting me out of my control, use your pot holder, your sweater hand, and just pull it out, give it a stir, put it back in. All right, everyone, Katie just did a lot of recommendations for us. Romances, I wish that she could say them out loud. Oh, mate, if you're feeling pre-game. Okay, so Katie, our book club had just, my like Karma Valley book club had just started. Like it was the first month. And I was like, I just heard about this book, Mate. Let's read it. And I like didn't know everyone. And in the book club, and it is indeed freaky. It's like are they werewolves? I can't really remember. All right, so we're melting. We're getting this to the right temperature, but everyone like really made fun of me for that one. Still does. Grab your internal thermometer. If you don't have one of these, again, you're just going to do this the basic route. You're going to melt this, and you are going to dip your strawberries in, and they're going to be so great, but they're not going to be that shattering thing. All right, so we're taking our meat thermometer or anything thermometer and sticking it into the chocolate. Make sure you're not hitting the bowl. All right, we're way above. We only needed to be at like 120, so we're good. As soon as it melts, it's probably there. And now is the time when we're going to be yapping. And so maybe we'll make you give us more romance for this. But we now need to get this temperature. So you raise it up. You raise it to 120. Is that right? 122? You raise it to 122. Okay. Mine's at like 150, which is fine. It can go a little above, but we didn't have to. You raise it to 120, and then you reduce it to 81, and then you bring it back to 88. Okay. Dee Dee, this thermometer, Molly, are you still here? This is like our go-to recommendation on what to cook whenever we say you need a meat thermometer. It says Alpha Grillers, but Molly, if you can put that link in the chat, because it's perfect for whether you're making candy, chocolate, or meat. All right, so see what I'm doing? I'm scraping down the edges with every stir. So we are basically just pulling this off, but you got to keep it moving, okay? We don't want this to harden. See those like splashes up on the sides? This is still too hot. I can hold it like a normal person now. The splashes up on the sides will harden, obviously, faster than the big pool at the bottom. So we just need to keep this moving. Okay. We're going to add this chocolate, and it's going to rapidly reduce that temperature for us. Okay. So add your reserved chocolate. And we need to just stir all of that in. Okay. It's going to take a sec. If it like clumps up on you and it's not melting, you're okay. Put it back. Make sure you get it back up to 122. There are like certain rules you have to follow, but it will melt. Molly just did like the alphagrillers.com. It's also on Amazon if you are an Amazon person. Katie, you can lick the spoon at any point. Highly encouraged, but actually, I just realized I actually don't want you to lick the spoon because if you put your saliva back into this bowl, it might seize the chocolate. All right. AE is asking me the hard hitting questions. What is the reason for lowering and then raising the temperature again? It's a science thing, okay? And I'm a very good cook, but I'm not a scientist. It's a science thing. And honestly, it's very confusing to me. But basically, this process of adding the chocolate back in is called seeding, which like kind of grosses me out. I don't know. And it's something about like the crystallization of the chocolate. It's a science thing. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. Very rarely do I follow cooking rules. But again, tempering chocolate is one of those places where you simply must. All right, so how are we doing? We're stirring and stirring and stirring. I've got some chunks in here that I don't think are gonna fully melt. So I'm gonna go back over my double boiler. And again, I'm just gonna make sure that I at least get back up to that 122. And then we will, did I turn that off? I did. Too. And then we're gonna reduce it down again. So we just need a little bit of heat here. Just until those are melted. I'll use my thermometer. We're at like 95 right now. So I am, because my chocolate brought it down too much before it melted, which happens. It's good. I'm just so grateful that there's, um, a mistake. Then I get to show you. It's like Julia Child cooking show. Whoops, dropped the whole chicken. The chocolate didn't melt, so we put it back on. So now we have to raise it back up. So you have to hear me keep yapping. All right, so stick your thermometer in, and we gotta get it back up to 122. And I actually am glad you're seeing this because if at any point in your process, like something goes awry, you just have to start over. You have to bring it back to 122 and then lower it back down. And it's all right. It's okay. And we're not adding anything to this. No vanilla, no oil, no nothing. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm so glad Bethany just brought that up because I saw Katie talk about this on her Instagram yesterday or the day before. And when I posted, I talked about on Instagram about my love of, I love ice dancing, but I really love full competitive figure skating. Okay, we're there. So this is coming back. Leave your water. So I posted about my love of figure skating, and like a million of you messaged me and were like, have you read The Favorites? So look at the book that Bethany just posted about. It's called The Favorites. She didn't say the author, but that's okay. You can Google it. And it's about, competitive ice dancers. And it's gotten people really into it. Yeah. Hashtag Piggy. Can he come say hi? Yeah. He's wearing a really cute pasta outfit. Okay, so we're getting this jacked down to 81. Yeah, I oh, the pig. Oh, you get the pig. The pig. Do you want some chocolate? But that's not into have it. All right, so we're lowering this to 81, and then we're putting it back on to get it just to 88. Okay? It's a crazy thing. Science, guys. I don't make the rules. All right, so stick that in there. I'm at 105. So I'm gonna I wish this had a clip. If you have a candy thermometer, which is a great thing to own if you like making Janum, but it'll clip some to your bowl. It's all right. Okay, you just remember to scrape down the sides because otherwise the sides will harden and then they'll, like when you scrape it, they'll fall in and you'll like get those little hard clumps. We are going for like glossy, shatteringly perfect chocolate. Did you have a good nap? That was a long nap for the morning because you woke up at 4 a.m. Were you tired? Was you tired? Not me. He has a bad cold. All right, we're at 104. So we just need to stir. Okay, what should we talk about? What temp do I add the second bunch of chocolate? 122. So you're over your double boiler, you get it to 122, take it off, stir in that chocolate immediately, and it should all melt. If it doesn't, back for once you can. Okay, so you're scraping down the sides, making sure that none of that hardens and then falls in and then gives you those little like chunky bits. Mom says, if we miss this class, will be recorded. It sure will. This is actually a class for insiders, and I was having technical difficulties. And so now everybody got invited. So I'll just send it to everybody because it's Valentine's Day. Okay, we're at 95. So we're getting there. You just have to keep stirring, keep it really nice and glossy. And again, right now we are trying to get to 88. And this will all be, I'll put this in the email when I send it out. Well, we're trying to get to, I'm sorry, we're trying to get to 82. And then we go back up to 88. Judy, this recipe, I will send it out as soon as this class is over. We'll send it out to everybody. But Mr. Ben, you're snotty. You're a snotty guy. You're a snotty guy. Okay. Where are we? We are at 92. So you just keep stirring, guys. Keep stirring. Reduce that heat. Is anyone cooking the Valentine's menu tomorrow? Tavish had his first crab when I was testing the crab cakes for the menu. If you have not seen it yet, it's live. So it's at whattocook.substack.com. I think probably if you click my name, you'll get taken right to it. But it's Marry Me risotto. So Marry Me pasta or Marry Me chicken was this like very viral recipe. And it's cream and sun-dried tomatoes and Italian seasonings. It's just fabulous. So it's a risotto with that. Oh, there. We're at 80. Oh, no, we're at 88. We need to get to 82. So it's a risotto with crab cakes and broccoli. It's just like a delicious, very, restaurant-y feeling meal. Somebody said that I'm blown away at how much effort this takes. I know. It's a lot of effort. And again, you could dip your strawberries in this right now and you would have like the good old time and nobody would complain. They would be chocolate covered strawberries. But what we are doing right now is going the extra mile because it's Valentine's Day and we deserve it. We're choosing recipes from your book to cook for the book class at the local community college. What? That's the coolest thing I've ever heard. Oh my gosh. Molly, are you talking to me? If I'm starting over a double boiler? I'm not. I'm off the heat. But you can't see the bowl? Oh, because the comments are there. Okay, no. I'm just on my cutting board right now. All right, and I should be there. Where are we? Where are we, TT? Okay. Well, that somehow says I've risen in heat. Isn't that 92? So, keep starting. I warned you guys that we were going to have to, Molly, what should we talk about? Molly's asking for over a double boiler. Nope, we're on the cutting board. Quinn, what should I take? What should I tell people? Quinn's here, our fabulous sitter, who's been our friend and sitter since she was 16. And she just graduated from Cal Poly. And she came back when our nanny got injured. And she's moving back to Chicago next week. Oh, she's hiding from me. All right. Stir it up on the sides. Somebody said, I love your green trim. Yes, metal bowls do hold the heat, but they are the best for this. Oh, somebody said, I love your green trim. How did you decide to go for it? Great question. I love color. And in my last house, I had a lot of color, but we had an Adobe style house. So it's these big Adobe bricks with posts running through them. So it's called Post Adobe. It's called a Post Adobe home. And the trim and the bricks kind of like all run together, and you really couldn't paint like your trim one color and your walls a different color. It like doesn't work. And so I knew that here I wanted to do just a lot of color on the walls. And so we did. And I love trim in a bright color versus trim being white. It's like, there you go. Metal versus glass. Metal is better for this. Glass will absolutely work, but metal is better for tempering chocolate. Again, it's science. I don't make the rules. Okay, we're at 87. TT, do you want to try to tuck it? Is that allowed? I can't remember if babies are allowed to eat chocolate. I better not do that in front of 10,000 people, 11,000 people. Wait, how many people? 1,000, 11,000. All right. All right, we're making chocolate covered strawberries if you're just joining, and we are tempering the chocolate. And if you're just joining, don't worry, because I will send out this video to the whole class. That's not nice. That's not nice. All right, so we're stirring up on the sides. I do not like doing an ice bath. Some people will like kind of plunge their bowl into cold, um, and I find that then like part of it gets cold and it doesn't work. Oh, somebody just said glass holds heat longer. Okay, so maybe that's why metal is better, because we're doing these up, down, up, down. Imagine if it held it longer than this. What would I talk about? Somebody just said you influenced me to watch Heated Rivalry, and just want to say you're welcome for that. Okay, guys, I'm there. So we can be like between 81 and 84, and I am at 82. Praise. Geez. Okay, so back onto our double boil. Okay. So I'm just at like a 5. I'm over medium heat. I would have thought that too. Aggie, what's your actual name? So I can stop calling you Aggie. Are you an Amanda? Are you an Allison? Who are you? Because I'm fear. Oh, oh, oh. Fix you. You better not sneeze in my perfectly tempered chocolate. Okay. So we've got this back over. We were at 81, and we need to bring this back to 88. Okay. So we're stirring. Get those sides scraped down. That's why we're using a silicone spatula. Again, these are the Williams-Sonoma No Kid Hungry spatulas. They benefit great calls. And Alma, what a beautiful name. Great calls. And they're like truly perfect spatulas. So I always grab one when I'm in there. They're basically like they're not all celebrity chefs. I think like, I don't know. Different celebrities like design a spatula. All right, take it off. That one happens fast. So back off. And now we can dip. Quinny? Yeah. You take this baby? Go away. Eat it, go away. Oh, have some milk. This is Quinn, guys. She's the best. Okay. No. All right. Scrape down those sides. We are ready to rock. Stir it a little bit. Now we're fine. Like we're not in like a crazy rush right now. We're gonna do it right now. If we need it to be hot still, obviously, but it's not like you have to dip the strawberries like right at 88 degrees. Okay. So we're good. Scrape down the sides perfectly so you have like, all the chocolate in the center. And this is very good. What kind of spatula? This is Williams-Sonoma No Kid Hungry spatulas. So this one, Morimoto designed, and it has sushi all over it. It's very cute, but you can't see the sushi. There's chocolate all over it. but they're great. I've been buying these. I remember like being young and loving buying these because they're always like, there's always some really fun designs. Okay, I'm gonna try to raise y'all up so you can see down into my bowl. Oh shucks, it won't do. Oh, is the bowl now blocked because of the yeah, kind of is. For my chocolate, I used Guittard Bittersweet, and Bittersweet is the best for these. Like too dark, it all gets thrown out. Bittersweet's the best, which is like 70%. And Guittard is really great. Okay, let's do it. Get whatever surface you're going to put them on ready. I like doing a baking sheet with some parchment paper. I ran out of my parchment sheets for that, this box of parchment paper. Really, I really miss having the sheets. They're like pre-cut and get them on the bottom. Yes, let me show you this bowl. You just put a parchment paper. If you ever use your parchment paper to fit on your baking sheet and not like just fly out, you crumple it up. There's my beautiful glossy chocolate bowl. All right, let's do this. Grab the stems. Make sure they are totally dry. Mine feel wet, but I know they're not. They're just cold. Ah! Why? I'm on airplane mode and calls still come through. All right, bowl. Dip, dip, dip. Shoop. Look how perfectly glossy that is. If we had just melted it, it would be like a little bit more dull looking. Right, so onto there. And then a lot of people, like a lot of fancy chocolate covered strawberries that you'll see, will do just like a half dip so you can see the strawberry. But these are not, unfortunately, stunning strawberries. So, like, is that necessary? Not wrong. But a lot of people like to do that, which is kind of pretty. I'm going to back up so you can see a little better the whole shebang. Because the comment section is so big. Dee Dee, I have not tried a Pivo, but that sounds like a very smart idea. Are you a content creator or just like it for life? All right, so we're dipping, placing. While these are still drying, you could add sprinkles. You could add coconut, but that sounds kind of bad. I don't ever love dried coconut. I want to like it, and then I'm like, why did I put this on? That's just like making my mouth taste like sandpaper. Chopped coffee is a favorite of mine. What else? What else to like? You see, 120. Start to 82, reheat to 88. Yes, and I will put this out. Oh, Marley, flaky salt. Yes, you get it. Exactly. Flaky salt would be so good. Oh my gosh, I think I have. Jacobson makes this like flaky. Oh, you know what I have? I have from the Duchess's brand. What's it called? Made by Megan. What am I talking about, y'all? Oh, white chocolate drizzle. Very good. What is Meghan Markle's brand? Help. Anybody? Oh, Dee Dee. We've emailed, right? Dee Dee? She wrote a book called Effortless Entertaining. She knows all about tempered chocolate. Although I will say, tempered chocolate, not effortless. As ever. Thank you, Elizabeth. As ever, Meghan Markle's brand. I have for dried strawberries. What does she call it? Flower sprinkle. So I could use those. I will say, I keep pulling my stems off. You have to be a bit gentle. Because I want to say my friend who sells strawberries to Shari's Berries for all their chocolate covered strawberries, but again, Valentine's is crazy. They have to be like perfectly beautiful, symmetrical, and the stems have to be really nice because, that's part of it, right? All right, so just keep dipping. I will send out the exact timing and instructions so that you have all of that, especially since when I added my chocolate, my temperature went down too much. So it's a good thing because you got to see how to, you know, how to deal. But I'll send out the exact tempering instructions that I follow. There are a few ways to temper chocolate. This is the easiest one, which is why I like it, of course. You saw, mistakes can happen and you just kind of start back at raising the temp up to 122. There are also different temps for different chocolates. So Amy just had the good idea of doing a white chocolate drizzle as one of them, as a topping idea. And white chocolate has different tempering temps. Milk chocolate has different tempering temps. So I'll send out all the temps. Look how shiny. So I'm just going to say it one more time so people are just drowning. If you just want to melt chocolate on a double boiler, melt your chocolate, dip your strawberries in, it will still cool on the... Allison, that's a good question. I always stick it in the fridge. Stick it in the fridge. It doesn't matter. Either way it'll work, but stick it in the fridge. You can store them in the fridge for sure. I'm going to store mine until tomorrow. I can't tell if Molly is asking real questions or questions for the readers, and I really like that. But she says, my temperature went higher than 88. Do I have to wait until it's down to 88 to dip? Yeah, you don't want to dip when it's super up high. So take it off, stir, get back to 88, and then dip. All right, any questions before we go? Should I do some sprinkles? I feel like the boys obviously will want sprinkles more than not sprinkles. So let's do some sprinkles. And I wish I had toffee. Oh, I have these sprinkles. I love these. Fancy Sprinkles is the name of the brand. And they are indeed. They have all different. These are actually, these are called tinsel. So these are technically Christmas, but I think they're quite perfect for this case. Brooke, I used, good job, Mom, you're hired. Mom can be our note taker. I used Guittard. Semi-sweet, yes. Semi-sweet is my fave for this. I find that it gets that perfect shattery chocolate. And yeah, we're going to stick these in the fridge. Mine might have already hardened too much to catch a sprinkle. Let's see. Oh, no, it's perfect. Oh, these are snowflakes. That's a pink bow, though. I'm going to take the snowflakes out. That's a cute pink bow. That's a cute pink bow. All right. So, do your thing. Make them the easy way, and no one will be the wiser if you just melt your chocolate and dip your strawberries in. Or go the extra mile. I think my friends always joke when I do things like this. Like I made 80 yeasted, overnight rise rolls for the Super Bowl this week. And my friends always joke that there's what to cook when you don't feel like cooking, Caroline. And then there's what to cook when you feel like cooking, Caroline. And this is definitely a what to cook when you feel like moment. And that's great. Sometimes it's just like fun to do, to go the extra mile. Yes, Jack, and I use 6 ounces. What do you do if you just heat up the chocolate and don't check the temps? You were mid-sentence. What happens? Oh, I was just saying that you can just melt your chocolate. Like just stick it in a bowl, stick it over your double boiler, melt it, dip your strawberries. They will not get that like crunch, that like shatter. It will be like a soft, not soft in a bad way. Like they're still really good. But it won't give you that shell. It won't be like a magic shell, which is what this is. How does magic shell do it so easily? I don't know. But this is like magic shell, hard, shattery crust, shell. And if you just do it that way, it won't be hard. It'll just be like a soft milk chocolate thing. What temperature does the chocolate reach when you add the last third of chocolate? All right. So we go up to 122 with our first 2/3, up to 122. Take it off. Add the last third. Stir until you get to 81. Back on until 88. Off. Stir. Dip. Yes, Amy, I've made that. Like, I've made, I guess, magic shell before with coconut oil, but I don't know. Maybe this is just not cheating. Courtney, my pants are citizens of humanity. I bought them for my book tour when I wore all colors that like matched my book. Where's that book? My book was very bright colors. Where's the pink? I think it's like one of the, see, every header like matches something in the photo. There's like some element that matches with header font. There it is. It's not the same pink, but you get the drift. But I tried to dress. All right. Any other questions, guys? Anybody having a low stakes, low effort and high reward holiday on Valentine's? We're going to Mexico next week for the kids' winter break. So I have new bathing suits for them. I have little like water squirty toys, things that will make that trip more fun for me because they will have something to play with, are what I gave as my Valentine's presents. I'm really excited. My little brother and his girlfriend get here in like 3 hours, and I have not met her yet. I'm really excited. And apparently her favorite color is pink. So I got her a really cute Free People pink workout top. And I got her some pink pajamas. And I'm just really excited. They're coming out here. We're in a tough childcare transition period, and my brother and his girlfriend are coming out here to bail us out and help us. So I feel really indebted to them and gonna make it a special first morning with all of them. Okay. Colette. Okay, I'm so glad that it went well for you. Colette, we have the lucky ones over here. Alma says, I bought 3 packs of strawberries. Get it, girl. Get to work, Alma. You got this. Ashley is having a low effort, high reward holiday mom by hanging a simple garland from Target. And truly, if you are a mom who's never done like Valentine's or St. Patrick's, I am with you. I used to do nothing and my kids didn't notice, and it was the best. And I was like, I'm winning motherhood because I'm making it easier on myself. And I wrote this in a post a couple weeks ago, but I basically had this memo where I was like, in parenthood, like every day can kind of look the same. We wake up, we hustle them out the door, we get home, we work our asses off all day so that we can finish as soon as possible so we can hang out with them after school. Repeat, repeat, repeat. And especially in like January, February, March, that can feel really like, oh my God, I'm in Groundhog Day, same thing. And so there are these little holidays. There's Valentine's Day, and then there's St. Patrick's Day, and then there's Easter, and then there's Cinco de Mayo that just like break it up. And like, I don't have a even garland. I bought pink and red paper to make up paper chain, and they ended up using it all to make their Valentines. So I don't know. I'm going to write on computer paper in red marker, happy on another piece, Valentine's Day, tape it up across the stairs so they see it when they come down. And I'm telling you, I did this last year, literally just like computer paper, wrote Happy Valentine's, put on a pink tablecloth, like all stuff I already had. And they have been talking about Valentine's Day for 2 weeks. They're like, cannot wait for Valentine's Day. Like last year was the best day ever. And I wrote this in the post, but the best part about Valentine's Day, if you celebrate Christmas, because lucky Jewish people get the credit, right? You get the credit for Hanukkah presents. Christmas is tricky because like moms go through so much effort and then it's like Santa did it all. And that's amazing. And like I love the magic of it. But somebody commented on like me talking about this and was like, that's why Valentine's Day is low-key the best holiday, because like mom gets all the credit and it's like so easy. Like Christmas is so much effort. And Valentine's Day is so easy. Like throw up a sign. Dye the pancakes pink. These are not easy, to be clear. This was effort. We've been cooking together for 40 minutes. But man, how much is your team going to appreciate those? Look at I made them kind of childish. Now I kind of wish I'd left them adult, but nah. I have 4 children. Nothing's adult in this house. All right. Any other questions before we go? I will send out this video to everybody. Since I had tech issues and this class was supposed to be for just insiders, I'm really glad that it wasn't. It was really nice to have all of you here. And I want to do these more, which is why we introduced the insiders tier. Introducing insiders, which is like a slightly higher subscription cost, allows us to hire in other writers to help us do things like the meal plans so that I have time to do things like this, which is what I want to do. Be able to like connect with you guys more and actually see people. Bye, Alma. Okay, Gabriella. 122. Add the rest of your chocolate. Get it down to 81 off the heat. Get it back up to 88 on the heat. Pull it, dip it. But I'm going to email you that in like 5 minutes. Molly's going to kill me because she didn't know that we were going to send out an email right now. I was just going to do the live, but I'm realizing it'll be a lot better. Molly, milk chocolate bars are okay. They will not get as shattering because they have more cocoa butter in them, right? So they won't get as hard because they have cocoa butter, which is to make chocolate soft. They'll be really good. Absolutely delicious. They will still have like a crunch, but they won't be as shattering as a dark chocolate. The temperatures are different for milk chocolate, so I will send that in an email. I'm going to send dark chocolate, which includes bittersweet, dark chocolate, milk chocolate, and white chocolate. I'm going to send this out. Okay. This makes me nervous because I'm not a baker, as you guys saw, but like, you can do this. It's really fun. And again, if you F it up, you still have chocolate covered strawberries. They're just like a little less crisp. So do it. It's really fun. Do it with your kids. Grab some sprinkles, grab some toffee. That's the best one. Thank you. This was so fun. Thanks for being here, guys. I loved it. See you soon. I'm doing these once a month for insiders. I'll try to do them more for the whole community too, because this is very fun. Colette, oh my gosh, before we go, I'm so glad she asked. The hack for getting, I haven't finished mine yet because I got to yapping, so I don't want to waste this, so I'm not going to do it. The hack for getting like chocolate out of your stainless steel bowl is the hottest water you can possibly get. My hot water thing, what's this called? Boiling water towel is the best thing in my kitchen. I use it. I literally don't use cleaning products. I use boiling water to clean the counters, to clean what's that thing called? Flat top. You know, what's this called? Griddle. Hot water gets everything off. But if you do not have easy boiling water, you could either like bring this back to a boil and dump it in the sink and just wipe it out. Or you could put water. What could you do? Yeah, that's what you should do. Bring this water back to a boil and dump it in the sink. Swish it around. Wash it. All right. I can really chat with you guys all day long. I'm like, what else? Kathy, thanks. I'm so glad you could come. Milk chocolate is okay. Just making sure I got all your questions. Divya, it's so nice to cook with you live again. It's been 4 years since we got to cook live. It's so fun. All right, I told Gabriella the temps again. I'm sending them out. Oh, what kind of stove do you have? I'm so glad you asked. Cafe. I did cafe in the whole kitchen again. This is a like random. It's like I had to have that made because I wanted it to go to the ceiling. But I have to say, Cafe makes, or GE makes a 48-inch hood that just didn't go to the ceiling. And I had it here as like a temporary. The GE team like lent it to me because I worked with them on this kitchen. They lent it to me. I loved the way it looked, and I tried to cancel this order, and I couldn't. It's like it only went to like here, and then it had the, flame pipe. And I thought it was going to look too industrial, which is why I went with this one. I mean, it still looks very industrial. That was kind of the point. But so yeah, whatever. Why am I talking shit about my kitchen? I love it. But this is the Cafe, which is a GE brand, Cafe 48-inch stuff with a griddle. And I did their big giant fridge too. And I love it. I used Cafe in my last kitchen. And so then I reached out to them when we moved and was like, I would love to work with you guys on a partnership and share your products. And so I have a very cool, nothing's been posted about it yet because we are just getting into this kitchen, but I have a really exciting partnership with Cafe coming up. And I get to do something very cool in May that has not been announced yet. Oh, it's so annoying. I hate when influencers are like, something cool coming up. Like, I'm not that special, but it's just something that's really cool and I can't talk about it yet. But they are the sponsors of a very cool event. Here's it all. They're the sponsors, like one of the lead sponsors of a very cool sporting event in May. And I get to do something cool. Who knows what it is? Yes, in the comments, and I'll wink if it's right. All right, I have to go. I gotta go get my baby, go pick up my brother. Nobody's guessing. Nobody knows. There's 11,000 of you here. Nobody knows. Sporting event in early May. Okay, goodbye. Oh, Marley, good guess. That would be fun. But no. Nope. 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 I really want somebody to guess, and then I'm just gonna hang up if you guess. Just kidding. It's not like that. NBA. All right. We need to expand our understanding of sports. That's my hint. That's a weird hint. Those are all traditional sports. Okay. ND 509 is a great guess. 500, also a great guess. Okay. Polo. Oh, gotta go. Bye, guys.